You're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers podcast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers podcast. Today is August 9th, 2018. This is episode number 44.
You sure about that?
I'm sure about it. It is exactly 11:17 a.m. We just finished watching the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer gameplay. My name is Jose Roldan.
I'm Frank Berna.
And this is the Evil Metal Gamers podcast, where you hear all your geek news.
All week. Every week. Let's do this shit.
All right. Are we going to get straight to that, or?
Yes, we are.
All right, fine. While it's still fresh.
Choo-choo, motherfucker. Choo-choo. The 2018 Evil Metal Gamers Game of the Year going to Red Dead Redemption 2.
I can't. I'm not jumping to conclusions without actually playing the game.
That game looks insane.
I thought you said the game looks that it doesn't matter.
Insane.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't know what it's going to be like yet, and I'm not going to put God of War down yet. Because it might still have a good story, but it might not be as great and epic as God of War's story. So I can't say that. I'm not going to say it's not bad, but that it's bad. It looks amazing.
I just see nothing but goddamn Telltale Bethesda choices where if you do something, that shit can come back and bite you in the ass.
Yes, I agree. That's probably one of the things that intrigues me about it.
My God. What is crazy about that is your gameplay experience and my gameplay experience can be two different things. And it is the exact same game.
And the smallest choices, too. Like, things that you won't even know affected it. For what I understand, you won't know. Like, it's not going to be like Telltale, where it's going to tell you, do you want to kill him or do you want to let him live? It's just different things, I guess, or where it's just gonna be, it's a transition you won't even notice.
And that lady's like, you killed my cousin. Like, he was just riding his horse and she came out of nowhere.
Exactly.
And then, like, the guy was getting robbed. His stagecoach was getting robbed, and you walked up and he's like, what you looking at? He goes, dude, you keep doing you, man.
I don't give a shit. I think that's what he said. I don't care what you do. That was actually one of the things that I'm excited about, which, I mean, this is in the West, right? Or are we talking about different? Because I believe there's no swamp areas in the West side.
Yeah, yes and no. Like,
name one place that has swamps.
Texas. That whole...
Does Texas really? I guess because there's cowboys there. No, I've always considered Texas central. No,
man, that's where, like, the Wild West is.
The Wild West was not Texas. It was like Montana and shit up there.
No,
where was Deadwood?
Texas. Deadwood was way west. Deadwood was like Oregon.
See, that's the Wild West,
dude.
The California owned, still kind of owned by the Spaniards during the Wild West, or were they already gone?
No. California was one of the very first. California was like the first state out in the West.
I thought the Spaniards owned part of it. That's why.
No.
Doesn't matter. We'll get to that.
It looks unbelievable.
The first thing I noticed when I was watching the trailer, when one of the guys smashes through the window and lands on mud, he's fighting a guy around the mud as he's walking around, and the mud moves around. Yep. So that is no texture. That is actual, whatever it is that they put there, it's actually manipulating the mud around. Plus, there was old tracks of horses there. So that alone was already a detail that I saw that I was like, wow. The
level of depth.
Yes, the ambient lighting.
When he was riding the horse and you saw the mountains in the distance.
Yes, and when, like I said, the ambient lighting, for example, when the moon hits through trees and there's like fog, you can see the rays coming down, and if the character is looking directly into light, the shadow obviously, like if you saw a camera facing a light, any object that is in front of that light would be dark in the camera. You wouldn't be able to see it. And they did that. He's completely pitch black. So I can only imagine the depth of this game on a 4K TV.
I can't.
Though I can guarantee
man.
you it's going to take a hit big time. This game is too huge. On a 4K, it's going to take a big hit.
I love how you say that, and then you get proven wrong.
How so? I could tell the difference between a 1080 game of God of War and the 4K. I saw both versions. The 4K version runs a lot slower. A lot slower. It takes big dips.
Oh, it does, but at the same time, it's...
I'm not talking about looks. The looks is fine. I'm talking about frame rate goes down. It dips big time. In the 20s sometimes.
It looks unbelievable.
It does look unbelievable. And I can tell you right now, this game is going to be huge.
What I loved about it, and it's one of those things where very few games have been able to achieve it, is the fact that different guns shoot different. He was in the part where he shot the handgun and it looked one way, and then he whipped out the shotgun and shot somebody else, and it kicked different. I was like, "Oh my god!" It also zooms
in when he's using a rifle. Go ahead.
Those are the little details. When we go back and I talk about what have you done to make, what have you taken your time to make different? The game, it is gorgeous. Like that, obviously, that's the thing that stands out. But I'm looking at those little details, and that's where I beat up on a lot of games, those little details. And the fact that they're putting a big emphasis on the fact that different guns shoot differently, that the horses will act differently, that the wildlife is going to interact with each other on top of interacting with you. And what I liked, he was riding the horse and there was that alligator there and it snapped at him. But it just like stood there. It didn't just continue to attack.
Oh, well, I mean, there's so much to take in this game. And for what was it, 5 minutes long? Do you know that 5 minutes flew by?
I don't even know.
I was like, that's it? And I felt like it was 30 seconds.
It was incredible.
5 minutes long. A little bit longer.
Blew my mind away. Like I don't even know, man. Like that game is going to be ridiculous, and fuck. Like what sucks is you kind of already know the end because everybody basically just dies in the end, which sucks.
Yeah,
but fuck if it doesn't look amazing.
Maybe they don't die. Maybe they all escape and change their. We don't know. There could be a twist.
What a twist.
All right. I was actually thinking that. But the other thing I noticed was the camping. You can camp in different areas. And then that's your hub or your safe spot. I guess I'm assuming you can save anywhere. But that's where you go to feel safe. Hence Resident Evil's typewriter room. You know, that's the one place you don't have to be worried about being attacked. And I like that that's where you play games. That's where you get on missions with other people on your group. I feel like that also is going to lead to the online feature where you will meet in camps, and that's where you'll meet people. Hence, like Division. Am I explaining myself right?
Yeah.
So in Division, you would see the players only in those hubs, in those areas, and then the moment you walk out, that was it. You never saw anybody else unless they were in your group. So I feel like if the game does fully go online, then that's what they can do. Does that make any sense? Wouldn't you like the game better like that, where you don't have to be worrying about? But I mean, they could go the other route, that you're out there and some asshole robs you and takes your money, which is gonna suck. But that's the Wild West.
It's gonna be so good, man.
And then like each character, I'm like you build your gang and your gang becomes like your family. Yeah.
And each character is gonna reveal new aspects in the game.
Yes.
So you might even miss out on shit that you didn't even know existed. It just...
No, yeah, especially if you ignore it. I think last trailer said that if you ignore some of your crew, they'll start not liking you.
Yeah.
So you might miss out a lot. Did you notice the electricity in some of the towns?
Yeah.
Obviously, that's got to be if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I think California was one of the first states to fully go full-blown electricity. I might be wrong, but I think that's where... I got to look it up and see where there was a town that was fully powered by electricity. And that I like that they showed that and modernized that specific in the trailer. That area looked way more modern than the other ones. Now, this game takes place before Red Dead, right?
Yes.
And then Red Dead Redemption never showed any towns with electricity that I remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was, but it was mainly in like rural Texas. So,
okay, but
there were people who did have cars and stuff, though.
Oh, they did? Shoot, man, that's been a long time. I don't remember cars.
Oh no,
when did Ford discover made the first vehicle? It doesn't matter. It's just a game. I'm looking too into it, you know. But one of the things that I also noticed was you can greet people. And you can, like you said, turn your eyes away from whatever, but that can make your character whatever you want. Like if I was playing the game, I'd be the nice guy who says hello to everybody and everybody respects and everybody loves, but he's a killer. Those are the type of characters I've always liked where I like, I'm trying to think of someone who was like that people loved. But at the same time, he was like a killer. Let's say The Godfather. Everybody loved The Godfather, even though he was, he was killing people. And even Chapo in some towns, everybody loves him, but he was a killer. He kills people. And I think that that's interesting if you can make your character like that. Or you can go full-blown bandit, where everybody is afraid of you the moment they see you. But I feel that takes away from the story. If you're going to be, where everybody's going to fucking... close the doors like the Wild West when you show up. Remember that? Yeah. They close the windows. Yeah. They close the bar. Nobody.
God, I'm so excited. Oh my God, I'm fucking excited.
What else did you see? I mean, any other details you saw?
Well, I did a lot of reading on it and just seeing what I heard, just like, you're not going to be able to carry an infinite amount of weapons on you. You have to,
which is great.
Put that on your horse.
The saddle can be upgraded.
The saddle can be upgraded, dude. Your horse can die, and you got to start from scratch, man.
Not only that, but it also shows that horses. There's different type of horses for different things. Horses for racing, horses for work, like work horses. So you got to depend on what kind of horse you want, which I think is great.
There's so much about it that I love.
The hunting. The animals,
I look at that, right? And I look at those ideas and the future for what Rockstar can do with the Grand Theft Auto franchise just gets me even more excited. And when I say that, I'm saying like, yeah, it's cool to be in the city, but I don't know if you play like do you remember playing San Andreas?
Yeah.
Not Grand Theft Auto 5, San Andreas with CJ.
Yeah, it's been a while. Shit, man. It was a long time ago. That was early 2000s?
I always liked the kind of being outside of the city in the country and the environment's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. I kind of like that too in Grand Theft Auto 5.
And I feel like this one in Red Dead, it's going to have those like very modern cities for the time, and you're going to be like a fish out of water. And I love that kind of idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh my God!
Did you notice when he shoots? Every time he shoots, birds fly off. That's awesome.
Dude, did you notice that when he was shooting on the horse wasn't quite tame and it started to run away?
Yeah, I also saw that you have to break horses.
Well, that was in the first one.
I don't remember the first one. That man, I platinum it, and I never played it again.
I haven't. I'm looking right at the box.
The other thing was the way that the animals react to the world. Also, not only the birds flying off when you're shooting, but there's wolves that are going to hunt each other, hunt together animals, and they'll react to you. There's what was there? Gators. I think they have buffaloes.
One of the things that I'm excited for is the online component, just because Rockstar is very good, and the making of like a Native American character, I think is going to be awesome. I
think so too. I really hope they don't pull back on this, because if it's going to be the Wild West, and then I want the Wild West. I want cursing. I want. Don't tame it down.
Well, that's what they did in the first one, man. I remember that because there was that Native American in it, and everybody was racist as fuck towards him. But John, he was like John's friend, man, and John stuck up for him. Dude, I love. But that was a
that was a different era. That was 10 years ago. We're different now, so I don't know how.
But I don't think so.
I hope not. I agree.
I feel that Rockstar. First and foremost, I say it all the time, man. Games are rated for a reason. Exactly. So if you're offended by it, then fuck off. Like you're a bad parent. End of the day, you're a bad parent.
If they play if M-rated games, you're right.
But from there, I feel the historical accuracy works. Because I mean, even in Grand Theft Auto, right? The Franklin.
Which one?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay.
Franklin's dropping the N-bomb all over the place.
Yeah, it's true. But nobody drops the.
Well, what's his name? Son does.
Oh yeah, but he says it in a.
He says it, but it's not in the racist term. It's in the more colloquial sense, and they like look at him like, "What did you just say?" He's like, "No, I
exactly how a white person would react if
exactly."
But so, I expect that. Then I mean, I don't want it to be full blown racist, but I mean, let's be honest, it's the 1800s. This is taking place right after the Civil War. So, I mean,
the historical accuracy.
Exactly. You better be ready of the way that they're going to treat women and the way that they treat African Americans in those times. If they're going to make it realistic, I'm not saying people are going to like it, but that's what the M-rated is for, and it's a historical accuracy.
Oh,
I mean, don't tell me that they're not going to add prostitutes.
At the end of the day, man, I'm sorry, but it's got to feel good to a certain degree. I look at Django.
Yes.
To be an African American playing a game like that, and then like a bunch of white guys drop the N-bomb, and you can go over there and massacre them. That's got to feel refreshing, no?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there was justification at the end of Django.
Yeah. Well, no, but I mean, I'm talking like that concept as well.
Yeah. No, it's true. I understand. God, man, I was so happy when Samuel Jackson gets killed. It was like my favorite part of the movie. I didn't even want Leonardo DiCaprio to die. I just wanted Samuel Jackson to die.
Yeah.
Because he was like a betrayer of his own race. God, I hated him in that movie.
Such a great movie. All right, well.
Anything else that you want to talk about? You were so hyped. You have to. We've been talking for 20 minutes of this game.
I know, and there's boys and girls. Unlike last week, we got tons of news.
Yes, plenty.
Let's talk about the littler stuff first, and then we'll go to that big one.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. What do you want to talk about?
First and foremost, Diva.
Oh my God, that summer outfit.
Jose's got a new outfit for his favorite character in Overwatch. It's like a bikini kind of thing, but not. And I
is it a bikini? I thought it was more like a volleyball type of. I mean, I don't.
It's hot.
I don't think she's dressed in a bikini.
it's hot, but it's not slutty.
Exactly.
So I like that. And apparently, a lot of design went into it. Like, a lot of people thought those flowers were hibiscuses, but they're not. They're a flower that's related to it, that's only in Korea,
where she's from,
which is awesome. I like those details about the character.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome. I didn't know that. Where'd you read that?
Dude, I do my research, man.
Wow. I mean, here's the thing about the summer camp thing, the summer game thing is I might not get that outfit. And no matter how many loot boxes I buy, I might not get it.
That's nonsense, man.
It is nonsense, but it's not. Here's the other bad thing about that is they only give you, let's say, a month to get it. Do you realize how much I have to play? How many?
Yeah.
I have to level up every time to get a new loot box.
The thing that I feel that they should do is, okay, you're going to get loot boxes, right? But you should be able to narrow it down.
Exactly. For example, when Twitch gave away loot boxes specifically for Cannonball. Did you? I don't know if I talked. Cannonball came out last week.
Yeah, the gerbil.
Twitch has a deal with Prime because obviously Amazon owns Twitch. And when you have the Prime account in Amazon and then you go with Twitch Prime, they give you free shit for games and free games sometimes. So I got 3 loot boxes that said Cannonball loot boxes. So every time you open those loot boxes, you were going to get only Cannonball outfits, voices, poses. You know what I mean?
But that's what they should do.
That's what they should do. Let you pick the character you want. You might not get the outfit you want, but at least it gives you better chances.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. The only way I got the Black Cat one was that I had $1,000 in gold. Well, 1,000 gold. Because if you get repeats or whatever you call it, like stuff you already own, it turns into gold. And then you can use that gold and buy whatever you want without having to get a loot box. And I happened to have 1,000, and I used it immediately on the Black Cat Diva.
You should see how much you have, man. You never know.
I have $450. I already checked. It's the first thing I did. I went to check how much I.
And you can't. And that's not something you can buy.
Nope, they don't let you do that.
That's lame.
They just let you buy loot boxes. You don't have to. At least it's not play to win.
Yeah, but I mean, I go back to Rockstar, man.
I don't understand why they do it like that, because the only reason that people get outfits is to brag. Doesn't do anything for your game. But
even still, like, what does it say? I got the random chance of winning this outfit.
Exactly.
You didn't really. So that sucks.
The only one I've ever seen that they let you do was the breast cancer associate.
Yeah.
What's her name? Oh my God.
Mercy.
That was the only one that they let you buy, but the donations were going completely to the breast cancer. So if you're paying $15 for one outfit, do you realize that $15 gets you like 17 loot boxes?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was for a good cause.
Yeah, I was about to say.
What else?
Next topic?
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
So Tekken 7 going into its season 2.
Little pig. Oh man.
They announced 5 characters.
I couldn't believe that last one.
2 of which are a secret. They haven't released them yet. 2 of which are classic fighters. We have Lee Wong, who was one of my favorites. He was kind of based off Jackie Chan. He was a cop in part 2, and he's always been a cop. Now he's like retired, and I want to say part 3 or Tekken Tag, he got into the drunken style, which really made him like Jackie Chan. He's back.
Nice.
And then you get Anna Williams, who's the sister of Nina Williams, who they've always fought.
And she's dressed in black,
series.
total opposite of Nina, because Nina's wearing a wedding outfit.
And then we'll find out the two, but the big one that everyone's talking about. Goddamn, Negan is gonna be in Tekken.
It's gonna be amazing. They even put the whistle, his signature whistle from the game, as they announce it. He does that when he's trying to taunt you. You need to watch the show when he does it. It's just, and it just gives you chills, especially if he's trying to hunt you down. And he goes, little pig, little pig. And did you see the words they use? You will cry. That's what he says before he smashes what's his name's face in.
That was great.
Oh my God! They didn't show anything though. It's gonna be amazing.
No, well, he'll be the last reveal. He's going to be, because there's two other secrets.
I want him to be voiced by the actor, and I want him to be to look just like the actor. I don't want him to look like the cartoon.
I'll buy it.
Oh, absolutely. That's a must for me.
And then from there, we go to Street Fighter. Street Fighter, earlier this week, continuing with their season, we get a classic fighter back by the name of Sagat.
I know.
And Sagat, to me, has always been one of my favorite characters, but I can't use him for shit.
He plays differently. I mean, he's just another version of Ryu, but plays different.
He's a beast, though.
He is.
Like, I know Bison's always the end boss, but deep down inside, I always feel like Sagat is the end boss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That guy killed me so many times before I made it to Bison.
Sagat's beast. I love Sagat.
What was the order?
Even though I can't use him.
Barlog, Vega, Bison. No, Barlog, Vega, Sagat, and then Bison.
And then from there, we get another guy by the name of G, who's a mix of Uncle Sam and Abraham Lincoln. And I was looking at videos and stuff. If you go and you Google search images of old Abraham Lincoln, he was a boxer in Illinois, and in Kentucky, and he was also a lumberjack. And a lot of his moves are based off of those crude drawings that people used to do of Abraham Lincoln.
What was the name of the character?
G. Just the letter G. Some people put President G, but it's G. They both got released on Monday.
Jesus Christ.
So that happened, which is pretty awesome.
What the hell? Is this like Japan's concept of America's freedom?
I think it's awesome. I think he's pretty badass.
I know he's cool. I mean, if you read American Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, the book, not the fucking movie. That movie sucked. You know, they tell you he was pretty fit and strong because he was a lumberjack.
He was huge too, dude.
He was like 6'2", 6'3".
I think he maybe even bigger than that. But you also have to remember, people were smaller back then.
He was I think it's funny, that character.
I do too.
What else you got?
God of War.
Oh my God, yes.
Is getting its New Game Plus.
Finally.
The New Game Plus is going to make the enemies slightly harder, more challenging.
Makes sense.
Apparently they're going to give the enemies new moves. But the one thing that has me intrigued the most is customization of gear. So what I'm thinking, much like the Injustice gear system, where you have a piece of gear that's really good, but you don't like the way it looks, you can swap out the looks and put it on the other one.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
They do that in MMOs, you know, so you can change it, because sometimes the most powerful ones, they look pretty silly.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well, you talked about that once, about like a bubble gun in something, or was it a water gun, and they're like super powerful.
Yeah, and that just pisses me off. I hate it so much.
But wouldn't it be great to use those details or whatever, those stats under that weapon, and change it to a good looking weapon? I do it all the time in Elder Scrolls, because if I showed you what I really look like, with my outfit. I'm a level 225, level 225 champion. And I guess so. And if you saw what I was wearing, you think I'm a damn fool, like a clown. All different colors, armor doesn't match. I look like a fool, like an idiot. And that's when you switch it around. You know, you can change the looks so everything matches, and you still keep the stats. Because I mean, I guess.
And then I got news today. Are you ready for this one?
Go ahead.
So.
This has got to be big news because you're telling me, am I ready?
We have a movie coming out.
Oh, boy.
From England. It is an illustrious British boarding school becomes a bloody battleground when a mysterious sinkhole appears at a nearby fracking site, unleashing unspeakable horror.
What?
It's a comedy horror movie that's going to be starring Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost is going to be in it.
Done. That's day one for me.
Comes out later this year. It's called Slaughterhouse Rulez with a Z.
No way.
Yup.
Oh man, I love those two. Nick
Frost isn't a main character. Simon Pegg is, from what I'm but the trailer got released.
Oh, I gotta see it.
I'm excited. I don't even need to see a trailer.
Shit.
Like, literally, I don't need to see a trailer.
I haven't seen a movie with Simon Pegg, even if he's a small role that I don't like him in. I just saw
awesome.
Mission Impossible, and he was great. He's fantastic.
He is, dude.
He has such great chemistry with everybody. Go ahead.
I remember the first time I saw Shaun of the Dead, and I will argue with anybody. Now, mind you, I'm a big snob, always think I'm right. I'm an elitist. I live it through and through, and I frankly don't give a fuck about your opinion. The script of Shaun of the Dead is far and away one of the greatest pieces of art I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's really good.
Just the fact that if you really take that movie and break it down, they only really made a third of a movie, and they manipulated it to be a full movie using a lot of the same context and a lot of the same jokes, but just not even rewording it, just rephrasing it.
Exactly.
Just using a different emphasis on it shows how talented both Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost are, because all three of them wrote that script. I could sit down, dude, I can probably do an hour podcast on that movie alone, on everything you missed about that fucking movie that you have no idea.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that when they're coming up with a plan of what to do, he's actually telling you, no, it wasn't the plan. There's something they say in the beginning where they tell you what the rest of the movie is going to be.
Oh, that was at the bar scene. He goes, we're going to have a Bloody Mary in the morning.
Exactly.
A couple of little princesses, then bang, back here to here for shots. How's that for?
And it was the whole movie.
It was. That was so... That's ridiculous, dude. That is ridiculous. You want to hear another one that's crazy?
Which one?
Hot Fuzz, right? Something that so many people missed out on. And I found out this from a good friend of mine, Mr. John Venture. You know how he's always walking around with a rubber plant?
Yeah.
You know what movie that's from?
No.
The Professional.
Oh, that's right. He does walk around with a plant.
How long have you known about that movie and you did not realize that?
Oh, my God.
How?
He's the one guy. I mean, I can't believe that now I got to watch it.
Blew your fucking... That is talent. Think about how old that movie is. It's 2018 and you just found that out.
I cannot believe I did not reference that.
No,
and it's
dude,
another
like
action movie.
3 people did. Like, it's insane. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you can those like 3 movies, the Cornetto trilogy, are some of my favorite movies. I could watch those things over and over again and not be bored.
I would absolutely love to do the walk around for drinking. What they did at the end, to the end of the at World's End.
World's End.
Oh my God, we should get together and do that. But we have to find a drinking town, maybe Boston. I don't know.
And just go get fucking ransacked and wait. I loved how like it talked about how like only they didn't even finish it. They got close but never finished it.
I know. That was also good. It was not good as the other ones, but they were still good. Talking about bars. Remember that bar, the Cherry Blossom bar that I wanted to go to in Washington D.C. to do Mario?
Yeah.
In October, it would change into the Hubba Dub Dub bar. And it is a theme. It changes themes every time. Now, the reason I think it changes themes is probably because of the Cherry Blossom, which only comes out
right
for like a few weeks. This time it's changing into Rick and Morty's bar. Bro, for like a month, I think. And they will have 2 separate entrances. One entrance for people who are dressed like Rick Sanchez, and one entrance for the regular people who don't want to dress up. If you dress up like Rick, you get in faster. Isn't that amazing? That's genius. So you're going to go in there and there's going to be a bar full of Ricks. And they're changing it out. They haven't shown anything because it hasn't changed yet, but everything's going to be based on the Rick Morty seasons. Famous things, drinks that are based on that specifically. I cannot wait.
That's pretty
I
sweet.
need to be flying by then, hopefully. Since I'm grounded.
That October I'm booked up, man, so I won't be able to make that trip. But we'll figure out something sooner or later.
Yeah. What else you got? Did you play anything?
No, but you played something.
Yes. I played a little game called Dead Cell. And let me tell you, for those Metroid fans and those Castlevania Symphony of the Night fans, this is a game you want to go and check it out. I mean, I would tell you to rent it just in case, because there's some things you're not going to like about it, but you can't. It's pretty cheap. It's what?
I don't know.
$24.99 was it? And I got it for $17.
It's $24.99, and I want to stop you.
Go ahead, stop me. That's okay.
Well, I'm worried because like $25 doesn't seem like a lot, but if it's only going to be a game that I play once and I don't pick it up again, I'm kind of going to be pissed.
Are you
off.
a completionist?
It depends, man. In my old age.
Oh, well, then, because if you're a completionist and you also have, if you're a masochist and you love pain, then this is a game for you.
Well, no, I know that. I know about it, but I don't know.
For the people who are listening, this game is unforgiving in the fact that if you get killed, basically what you do is you go from level to level and you move around the castle that you're in, killing monsters and zombies. But if you die, you lose everything. You start from the beginning. So that's a thing that you need to take consideration with this game, is that are you willing to go back and do it again if you lost? Will you throw your controller against the wall? Will you smash your keyboard? Will you punch your monitor? Will you slash your wrists? These are things you need to think about before you play this game. And I'm playing with a keyboard, obviously, because I have a cast in my hand, so I am not getting that far. But for what I can tell you, the game is spectacular. There is plenty of weapons, plenty of choices to make, decisions you have to do of what's going to work, what's not going to work. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. If you like the classic 2D look, like pixelated, then this is for you too. But it is ruthless, bro. Ruthless. And when you're about to die, it sucks, bro, when you have to start from the beginning again. And I can't really tell you how far I got because I don't know. I don't even know. There's no tracking of how far you need to get up there. I kept looking. It doesn't really show you how many floors. I don't think anybody's passed the game yet. But it's definitely something you want to look for if you like those type of games. Simple, just dodge, hit, dodge, hit. You also get magic. You get grenades. You get special moves. You get. I didn't see any armor, but you can wear like shields and stuff like that, and you can switch it around. You can get. You can upgrade. The more you die, that doesn't go away though. Like if you upgrade your level, you level up your health. That stays there. So that's one thing. But the sucks is if you have a really good weapon, that it also forces you to not rely on one specific weapon, because if you lose that weapon, you have to start all over and you might never see that weapon again.
Can you store it?
Nope. That's why it like you could have the most awesome weapon, don't get attached.
Yeah.
Because you will lose it. I mean, unless you have a perfect game. It also emphasizes on trying to do speed runs, because there's certain doors on certain levels you don't know where they're at. They're all random, because that's the other thing. When you die, the level changes too. So you can't memorize the level either. So if you're on a floor and you die, don't assume that you remember that floor, because when you go back, the whole floor changed. What kind of witchcraft did they put on the programming of this game? I don't know. How can this game possibly change the level every time? I don't know how they do it. It's fucking bonkers every time. So you can't say, oh, this is where I put, this is where this is. And that's where it makes it different from Castlevania and Metroid. Those are specific areas where the weapons are. But that's not going to be like that the second run around. So I recommend it if you're a glutton for punishment. If you don't get it. But it's definitely a game that you can play over and over and over and over. And it's out for Switch. You can take that fucking thing with you on a bus. That definitely is a game for hand mode, because it's it looks like a pixelated type of game. I got it on PC because it was cheaper, and I was like, obviously there's no difference. The graphics don't change.
Right, because
it's meant to look like an old game.
Right.
But it was the cheapest version. I wanted to get it. Also, the other reason I got it for PC is because I can play with the keyboard. I can play with the controller, but for now, that's how I can play it. And it is not easy with a keyboard. Let me tell you, it's a pain in the ass. That's what I played. My recommendation, check it out. Dead Cell. It's out for Xbox, PS4, PC, and Switch. You didn't play anything?
No, not really, man. Just
You took the whole week waiting for Red Dead, or did you just find out yesterday there was gonna be a new trailer?
Oh no, I found out yesterday.
Okay, so.
But I really don't have anything to play. Like last night, I was looking at my games. I'm like, there's nothing, man. Just all these old games that I've been playing. Red Dead can't come soon enough. Or this God of War New Game Plus. Jump on that.
I mean, how much more can you level him up, though? Are you just trying to get more weapons?
No, I want to see what it's like. I want to see what this customization is going to be.
Because I feel like I unlocked everything.
So do I.
I unlocked all the moves. Usually that's what Game Plus is for. I mean, if they could give you Game Plus hard, what is it? Give me God of War, that'd be cool. Because there's no...
That fucking hard.
Man,
I'm still playing it. I'm still playing that, and that thing is brutal, man.
It is brutal. I thought when I played with my cousin kept on dying. I was like, give me that. What are you doing? You don't know how to play. And then I got killed like 10 seconds. And I said, what the hell? And he says, oh, it's in God of War mode. Okay, so we're going to talk about this last thing, which Frank doesn't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because it was the new thing that was announced yesterday. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. You can listen. This is for all the fans of Nintendo. The new Nintendo Direct was out yesterday, and it was all about Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
So this is for the 7 of you who like this.
7 of you. Are you kidding me?
Game.
This game is based off an evil, right up there with Mortal Kombat, right up there with Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, not 4. It's up there. You cannot say people don't play it. If it's in evil, that alone tells you that people play it. Maybe it's not your taste, but it's there.
It's not a real fighting game. It'll never be a real fighting game.
It is a real fighting game, Frank. You have to.
It's not a real fighting
How
game.
do you know? I could put you playing.
I played.
I could put you with a kid who's playing that game and kick your ass, and you're gonna be like, "Well, how did he do that?" Because it is.
No, it's stupid. That game is.
It's not stupid.
So stupid. It is stupid because I remember the first time I played it, I was in college, and I beat some kid. He was at like 200% defeated. And he hit me off screen and I lost. That's stupid.
There is strategy
dumb.
to it. It's just because you don't understand it. That doesn't mean it's not good. Just because you don't like it.
No.
You could use the terms, I don't like it. But don't say it's stupid because it's not.
It is stupid. It is beyond stupid.
For you.
No,
for you.
Stupid.
If you can get me 5 people who could say that, then I'll agree. But you won't find them.
I'll find 5 people.
You won't find 5 people. For your 5, I'll get you 200 to say it's good. Anyway, let's get back to the Nintendo Direct because I know there are fans who listen, who love Super Smash Brothers. So I'm going to say all the things that they talked about it yesterday, and we're going to talk about that right now. First of all, they start off with the trailer for Luigi inside something that looks like a lot like the Castlevania castle. Of course, then later on you figure out it is the Castlevania castle. Now, this became big news because people were saying that Luigi died. You even text me, Luigi died. He only died in this stupid trailer. He gets killed by one of the monsters from Castlevania. I don't remember the name of the monster. You play Castlevania more than me. The one where he looks like the Green Reaper. And he slashed him and kills him. And like the ghost of Luigi comes out. And then this is all over the news that Luigi's dead. Come on, it's just a stupid trailer. And then that's when they introduced the 2 new characters that are coming out for... Well, it's not really 2 new characters. They introduced Simon from Castlevania. It's got all the new things that everything that Simon did from the original games. He has the cross, the holy water. He does uppercut. And he also has the whip. He also has the final move, which is called... I'm surprised they put Christ in there. It's called Grand Christ, where he'll put you inside... for those who don't know what a Smash Final is they do a special move, and then they'll pretty much kill you with one shot. They put you inside a casket, and he throws you off into the air, and it really looks like he does some kind of exorcist on your body or something like that. And if you wanted to know, Snakes is actually pretty cool too. He jumps on top of like Metal Gear, and he shoots at you from a distance with like the way Metal Gear looks with an aiming thing. I'm talking to you, Frank.
Hey, yeah, I'm
Okay, fine. Don't listen, Richard. Then we got Richter Belmore. Do you remember this character, Richter Belmore, from Castlevania?
Yeah. Well,
was he
the Belmonts? The Belmonts are always fighting Dracula. So there are different Belmonts.
Okay, I don't remember him at all, but he's part of the Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Never heard of this game. But he is the Echo Fighter of Simon. Echo Fighters are basically the same character, but with a different look. The new stage that came out is the Dracula's Castle, which has everything from Castlevania. And the bosses will come out that you fight in Castlevania. Frankenstein, the Mummy, werewolves, they come out and attack you. So while you're playing with other people, the stage actually has these monsters come out and attack you. And I don't even know how they got this from Konami, but Konami gave 34 music tracks from Castlevania to be able to play in the game. 34. If they're not charging Nintendo for this, I'd be surprised, because this is Konami at the end of the day. And you can also end up fighting Dracula himself. Nobody knows how you unlock this, but I guess there's certain things that you do in the Dracula's castle where Dracula will come out and you will have to fight him. Do you remember Alucard? Am I pronouncing that right? Alucard, the son of Dracula?
Yes.
Okay, he comes out too. He is the assist trophy. Assist trophies is basically when you unlock them in the gameplay, they'll come out and help you out. He's actually pretty cool. They added new stages. They did all kinds of new stuff. They added the new Donkey City Hall Fighter skyscraper. That's actually really cool. They have the old Wii U game had 56 stages. 56 stages. The new one has 103 stages, which is absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe they added that much. They also have 800 tracks of music. If you put that playing in a row, it's about 28 hours. If you don't put loop, 28 hours of music. So I can't actually think about how they could get so much music in there, not only for their own games, but games for Metal Gear. They also have Gray Fox is also going to come out. And he's actually just an assist trophy. You get him and he comes out and he slashes you around. New Pokemons, there's a lot of assist trophies. You got Knuckles, Zero. You got Gray Fox, Shovel Knight. You got the Moon from Majora's Mask. You got Monster Hunters, Rathalos. You have so much in this game. So many new levels. And they brought all the Nintendo 64 levels and they left them to look exactly like they looked in the Nintendo 64 just for nostalgia. They did not upgrade that. They left them all exactly the ones from the original Nintendo 64 game. This is going to be an amazing game that's going to come out in December for all Nintendo fans. Not for people like Frank, but there's not that many. Meyer, it's going to come out in December, I think close to Christmas. And this game is going to make so much money. It's ridiculous. And that's about it. You there?
God,
it's not stupid. Stop saying it's stupid.
It is stupid.
There might be somebody who doesn't like Red Dead Redemption out there. Who says it's stupid?
They don't have taste.
No, that doesn't mean they don't have taste.
Yes. Yeah.
What's your least favorite food?
Least favorite food? Well, no, you can't talk to me about food because it upsets me. It upsets me that there's food out there that I don't like.
You don't like, but somebody else might like it.
Oh no, but I understand.
There's a saying in Spanish. It says, "Para los gustos se hicieron los colores," which means colors were made for taste. Whatever you don't like doesn't mean that somebody else won't like.
I mean,
it's true. You shouldn't be judgmental because people like things because that you don't like.
No, they should.
No, absolutely not. So you would like it if they judged you on your. Bro, you were so sensitive when people talk shit about PlayStation 3. I remember this. I remember that time you almost punched George in a bar.
Well, yeah, but the argument's a moot point when people would talk badly about the PlayStation 3.
But that's what you're doing right now.
Well, no, you don't have a good point. It's not a good point.
It is a good point. People hated the PlayStation 3, and some people still hate the PlayStation 3.
Oh, I think the PlayStation 3 out of the four of them is the weakest, bar none.
But at the time, there was no PlayStation 4. And people would say something bad about PlayStation 3, and you get overly sensitive.
Well, it's because you don't know. I do know.
No, you don't. You don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do.
It was just that I agree with you. I love the PlayStation 3. But there were people who absolutely loved the Xbox 360.
Yeah, the people without taste.
We're
going back and
We're going back and forth, yes, but I'm just trying to put a point, which I'm proving it just fine. It's your taste.
Right. I mean, people will sit there and tell me that Olive Garden's good food, and I'm just be like, you've never eaten
real Italian food.
But you've just never eaten. Like, that's at the end of the day, I blame people with poor taste with just overall ignorance.
That's not fair. That is not fair.
But
it is not.
Do you know what ignorance is?
People who love squid. I don't like squid personally. I hate it. I hate the taste, and I think it's disgusting. Some people love it. Does that make me ignorant?
No, that's not what it is. It's when people sit there and say Olive Garden is good food, that makes you ignorant.
Ignorant to what?
Does that make sense?
Ignorant
to
to
Italian
what?
food.
To Italian
to
food?
Italian food.
Seriously?
That's like saying the Whopper is a good burger.
Okay, but somebody might actually like a Whopper over a BurgerFi. What's the problem with that?
Well, no, you're comparing one chain to another. I'm talking an actual burger that people make.
But people rather a Whopper than making it at their house. And they probably know that a burger made in your own barbecue is better than a Whopper. They probably know that. But they rather go to Whopper because they think it's good. They're saying it's good, Frank. They're not saying it against food you actually cook. When people say a Whopper is good, it's comparing it to McDonald's and all the other bullshit.
So when you sit there and tell me that Smash Brothers is good,
because you just told me it wasn't the same for the Olive Garden thing that I was talking about and the other. So now your point is right, but I'm wrong.
Well, no, it goes back to it just goes back to ignorance.
Ignorance in what? How is it ignorant Smash Brothers to people, professional players at Evil who play Smash Brothers, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat? They play all three.
Okay, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat are actual fighting games.
But they play all three, Frank. All professional players.
No, you can. I highly doubt
that these evil players don't respect it. They don't sit there. Are you seriously telling me that right now? When I seen players that play Mortal Kombat play Smash Brothers, and they love it.
No, it's just.
You just say I don't like it. Don't put the thoughts on other people's minds.
No, I need to put the thoughts on other people's minds because
you can't.
Bad. Like it shouldn't be. It should be what you
revered. Want. How many dictators have said that?
It shouldn't be revered as a fighting game.
Okay, fine. Let's just say it's not a fighting game, but it's still a good game that you can enjoy with 8 players at the same time. People enjoy that shit. People love playing with their friends.
But that's my point.
Why? Why can't friends enjoy a game together?
Because that's not where it's at, though. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense.
It's like this. It's like people like Lil Wayne, right?
Oh God!
He's a horrible He's a horrible artist.
Okay,
right? If you like him, then you like him. When you sit there and say that he's the greatest rapper alive, then you're an idiot.
But did I say the Smash Brothers is the greatest fighter of all time?
It's just it's the concept behind it. But that's what it is, man. When you're sitting there trying to throw Evo in my face,
but you just
that's
said
what you're trying to do.
It's okay to like Lil Wayne as long as you don't say it's the greatest. You just said those were your words,
right?
Because that's their taste. People like Lil Wayne.
It goes back to my thing. People also think Burger King's good, so an Olive Garden.
Okay, that's fine if they like Whoppers. If somebody's having a conversation with you and says, I like Whoppers, you are allowed to say, no, I hate Whoppers. They're disgusting. And that's it. You shouldn't say, Whoppers are disgusting. You should eat the hamburgers I eat and never eat Whoppers again. Because now you're making decisions for that person.
No.
That's the elitist in you.
Say again? Oh, yeah, no, trust me. But I also have a really good taste. Oh, speaking of elitists, one final note. What? Because people have such bad taste in movies, the Academy Awards are adding a new category for the most popular movie. So these shitty movies can win something because people don't have taste and see good films. I'm not making that up. I'm not making that up at all.
So the Academy is putting a new category in there.
Yeah, to get more people to watch.
Okay. So what does it matter to you if it was the most popular one?
It matters because
so that's the People's Choice Awards, basically.
But yeah, and that's not what this is. That's not what the Academy Awards is about. It's about being elite in the art.
I agree with you in that one. I can't disagree with you in that one.
Not what the average person likes.
I 100% agree with you. That is wrong.
It bothers me so
but
much.
I would agree with you 100%. 100%, I would agree with you that if Injustice 2, if Smash Brothers had come out last year and Smash Brothers would have won Best Fighter over Injustice 2, I would agree with you 100%. That's wrong. Absolutely. Injustice 2 is 100 times better than. But it's not fair for you to say it's not good because you don't like it. It's probably not as good as Injustice 2. See how that is phrased differently? I don't think it's as good as Injustice 2. As opposed to like, you're wrong, you're a fucking idiot.
No, I like the other way better.
How has nobody done a gun buy in your house?
What do you mean?
Not a drive-by.
A drive-by? I'm waiting for it, man.
Frank, that's fine. I like these conversations between us.
But at the end of the day, I always say it all the time, man. I remember growing up as a kid, and I had a Nintendo for a long time.
Okay.
And then the Sega Genesis came out, and I put childish things away, and I never touched Nintendo again.
Which is fine. But some people rather those type of games.
I mean, yeah, 6-year-olds.
No, that's not true. Do you know how many Can we look up how many copies sold of Super Mario Odyssey over Injustice? Because I can pretty much tell you that it's probably at least 10 times more than what Injustice sold.
Yeah, because parents buy it for their kids.
Oh, that's it, right? They're not buying one copy for 3 games. They don't buy one copy for every kid. They just buy one copy.
No, but they're buying it for their kids.
So what does that even mean? You're saying adults didn't buy it?
No, I know there are adults who bought it with, who like being a little kid. John Venture brags about that shit. He says it all the time. I'm a big kid. I like little kid games.
One could say to you that playing video games is childish.
And it is, to a certain degree.
Okay. So
I kind of don't argue that point because I see their relativity there.
Okay. So then it's okay for someone to like those type of games.
I mean, yeah, when you're 6.
If you don't like them, that's fine. But plenty of people like them.
I know. Hence why I judge them.
Okay. And as they judge you, and then you don't like it.
Yeah, because you don't have a foot to stand on when you play a game that a 6-year-old should be playing.
That's your opinion.
It's like arguing with a 6-year-old.
But if they keep nagging at you, you get upset.
Yeah, it's like a 6-year-old, and then I can't hit them like I would a 6-year-old.
You would hit a 6-year-old?
You see where this is going? Hell yeah, I hit a 6-year-old.
He doesn't mean that, folks. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to follow us, you love your what?
I love when people hate me. I thrive off it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. If you want to follow us at Evil Metal Gamers at Twitter, you can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. We're at Facebook. We're at Discord. We are at Twitch. We are in the iTunes. We're in Google Play. We're in Stitcher. Give us some love. Follow us. Like us. Give reviews. Give us comments.
Still waiting on you, Spotify.
Oh, yeah. I'm still waiting on Spotify. Can you believe that? Thank you so much. And take care.
Love, peace, and hate. Goodbye.